This UFO video does not show a pyramid. There's a triangle shape, but that looks exactly like an effect caused by a bright light being out of focus and a night vision camera with a triangular iris, like this one, or a triangular lens cover, like this one. This effect is known as bokeh. It's also probably a plane because it blinks in the same pattern as a Boeing 737, and the ship, the USS Russell, was directly under the route for planes flying into Los Angeles from Hawaii and Asia. There are a couple more triangles in the scene. Those are probably stars, because they look exactly like stars taken with a night vision camera out of focus with a triangular iris. There's some bright lights at the start of the pyramid UFO video. That's probably Jupiter and some stars because it matches exactly where Jupiter and some stars were on that day. They don't show up as sharp triangles because the cameraman has not zoomed in yet. But they look the same shape as the supposed flashing pyramid does when it first arrives. There's some points of light in the video that sometimes look like stars. They are not stars. They are random noise, stray electrons in the image intensifier tube. They change from frame to frame. They don't show up as triangles as they form in the image intensifier tube, which is behind the iris, so they are not affected by it. I first saw this video 1 week ago, on April the 8th. I instantly realized it looked like a plane from the flashing lights, and quickly figured out that bokeh was the best explanation for the triangular lights. But I had no evidence, and no night vision binocular, and couldn't find a night vision binocular that had a triangular iris. So I tried duplicating it by taping a triangular hole in the front of my regular camera. This gave nice triangles for lights and stars when out of focus. I also found that taping holes in the front of night vision binoculars was actually something people did, although I couldn't find any triangular shapes. Then, a breakthrough. Jesse3959 on Metabunk took a look at his night vision binocular and discovered, hey, it has a triangular iris. I asked him for some footage of lights and stars and he delivered. Then using a styrofoam holder, he recorded the output with his phone. He changed the focus, and that changed the size of the triangles. And when he filmed the darker sky, you get exactly the same faint stars and sparkly noise that you do in the pyramid UFO video. Then, another breakthrough. A friend told me he had a military-style PVS-14 night vision binocular. He taped a triangular hole on the front and got just the same results as with the triangular iris. Lights took on a triangular shape that changed with focus. Stars looked like the faint objects in the pyramid UFO video, and we get the exact same noise. This PVS-14 footage also shows a circular glare around the triangular bokeh, something that appears in the pyramid UFO footage and that people thought was evidence that it was actually triangular shaped. But it's not. The circular glare is just spreading light. It happens all through the camera so it looks round and even. The triangle is a different thing, only affected by the front iris or lens cover, so the triangle and circle are independent. So why couldn't the Navy figure this out? Why did they confirm the videos were real? Why does it show up on a slide for the UAP task force described as an unknown unmanned aerial system at 700 feet? Well, the key thing here is that the task force investigates sightings that were initially unidentified. This includes examinations of incursions that are initially reported as UAP when the observer cannot immediately identify what he or she is observing. And I think that's what we're seeing here. These are some lights in the sky that a Navy observer filmed with an accidentally out-of-focus night vision binocular and a phone. Initially they were unidentified. Maybe they still are. Maybe some were Chinese drones at 700 feet. Maybe someone misidentified planes heading for Los Angeles. But one thing is pretty clear. They were not pyramids.